hey queen. I'm not trying to be cringe, but I actually like using the word queen. Um, Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing more like a part 2 of the school advice slash needs for high school, just part 2 of my last video essentially. And I'm going to give you more necessities that I feel you would need for high school based on my experiences. And I got advice from my friends too, so it's also based on their experiences too. And then I'm going to give you 3 words of advice for high school, because I feel like it's something I needed to hear and I still need to hear to this day. So I want you to hear it first, so you guys have I walked so you can run. That's anyway, so we're just gonna get into the video, because why wait? Okay, so one of the first things I would recommend you get for high school is a hole punch. I didn't realize how many things I would need to be punching into a binder, punching it in place. Like, you need a hole punch, and I noticed like not every teacher has a hole punch, so you can't just be like, hey, do you have a hole punch? Because not everybody has it. And if you want to be fancy, instead of just like the one little hole punch thingies, you get like the one where it does 3 punches, like for a binder or something, because those are a must-have. You don't know how many times I personally had to hole punch stuff, and like my classmates, so it's a necessity. It's a necessity, and it's not something people just typically go for to buy, but I'm here to tell you should be buying that. The next thing I'm gonna recommend you is note cards. Personally, you're gonna be doing a lot of vocabulary, not like English vocabulary, but like in science. Like in my sophomore year, I've done a lot of vocabulary with science, and it's easy to have the note cards. And I've also taken AP World History, where you have to turn in note cards. So if you're doing anything, well, obviously you're gonna do science, but especially if you're doing like something like AP World or something where you need note cards, I strongly recommend you get note cards. Even if you don't have a class that you particularly need note cards for, they're just great for memorization. Trust me. Because one, you're writing it down, then you're writing the definition down, whatever. Then you're going to go back and look at them. Like, it's perfect for memorization. The next thing that is a must is pens and whiteout. I write in pencil most of the time, but I was asking my friend for advice on like, what do you think you need? And she's the type of person who uses pens. I still use pens like for note taking, but I primarily use pencil. But pens are a must, because it helps. Like, some of the videos when I was going into high school I watched, pens help your notes become more legible. It looks neat. It helps memorization. It's beautiful. And I don't know. And then the whiteout, you're going to need whiteout, because sometimes you make mistakes with pen, and unlike pencil, you cannot erase that. I'm pretty sure that's like a given, but just saying. And get yourself some pens and whiteout. Next thing I recommend you to get is a lanyard, like a customizable lanyard. It's just like, at least at like where I live, everybody's required to have a lanyard no matter what school you go to for safety reasons. And usually they'll give you the default school lanyard, but why not just get something that's cute? I mean, you don't have to get a lanyard. You could just use the ones the school provides you. But I feel like if you're going into high school, make the year yours. Do something like that represents you in the subtle way, And then also with the lanyard, I recommend you get like a fidget toy to put on your lanyard. You don't know, sometimes you'll just be sitting in class and you'll be bored out of your mind. What is that noise? You'll be bored out of your mind. So get something that you could fidget with, maybe to help anxiety, just to ease your boredom, something that gives your hands to do, especially if you're like not one to like sit still or quietly in a class. Get something that you can fidget with. It helps, trust me, it helps. And a lot of times my friends, like, they start using my thingies because it's like they're bored too, so the next thing I recommend you get is a book you like reading, because sometimes we're not always allowed to use our phones. Like at my school, they're enforcing phone pouches. Get something that you like, to read, because instead of going to sleep, get something that could keep your mind going throughout the day. So, because I've heard study tips is like, after, like, keep your mind going, so like after school you could do your homework, because it's better to do your homework in like times where your brain is like more active instead of like not active. You know, keep your brain always alert when you do stuff like that, and it just helps. And then also, your reading's important. Reading's important, you know. Reading, because some people struggle with reading. If you just keep practice reading, it'll help improve, you know. So yeah, get a book. Next thing I recommend for you guys to get is any type of paper. I recommend printer paper, graph paper, and line paper. With notebooks and binders, you're gonna need a lot of line paper. Like for AP World, I think a requirement was line paper. You can't use notebook paper. I use notebook paper. But so some classes are strict like that, where you're required to use certain types of paper. And then in math, when I talk about graph paper, in math you're literally going to sometimes have to make a little graph chart from hand. Get graph paper. Do not try to make that on line paper. It looks horrible, it looks ugly. You can't even you have to guesstimate, you'll have 1, 2 in a good spot, then your 3 will be over here. What is that? And then printer paper. I personally, sometimes you have to do projects on blank printer paper, yeah, but from my peers' experience, they had to use a lot of printer paper, so get printer paper. All these papers are really affordable, by the way. You could get one whole thing, one just little pack of them, and it'll last you maybe the whole high school year. But either way, they're affordable, really great, really useful. I recommend them. Next thing we're going to talk about is last video I mentioned a personal hygiene bag, but I want to add on to more essentials you should put in I'm gonna call it a go bag. And I could always go in depth in a short or another video about this, but okay, so lotion, because you get ashy, and seeing being ashy is actually embarrassing, low-key, in my opinion. Lotion saves lives. Being ashy, and water won't cut it, okay? Water won't remove that ash. It'll just come back. Just hydrate your skin. Your skin's important. It's with you your whole life. Take care of it. Chapstick, because your lips get dry. You know how your lips get super dry where it's starts peeling, and then you bite the peel and then it starts bleeding? Don't do that. Just put on some chapstick. If you want to be fancy, get you a lip oil. I like my Jisoo lip oil. This is so cute. I want to try the other ones, but this was really expensive. But I didn't even pay that much because I had a gift card, but I just love this. This is if you want to be fancy and splurge. Also get hair ties, because there's a lot of times, especially because I'm in student council, there's a lot of times where your hair will just be in your way and you can't do anything about it. You'll just try pushing it back, but it'll always go back on your face. Get a hair tie. It's essential. You might not need it every day, but there are times where you'd be like, oh, thank God I had a hair tie. Trust me. The next thing I recommend for you is getting a lunch container. Me personally, for this school year, I bought a bento box, a bento container, and it has little portions. Getting a lunch container helps you portion your lunch in healthy amounts, and making sure you have it has different sections, so you have to you could put different foods in different sections, so you're having a variety. And it's just a great way to store your food without carrying a lunchbox, because in high school, I would not be caught dead carrying a lunchbox. Actually, I've carried a lunchbox before, but still, right now, in this current day, I would not be caught dead carrying a lunchbox, okay? Get a lunch container, keep your lunch, put it in a locker, put it in a fridge. Some teachers have fridges. Put it somewhere, or you could just have it stored in your backpack without it leaking. Everything will be fine, and no lunchbox, and, we're all happy. Or you could just put it in a grocery bag and carry your grocery bag. I will carry a grocery bag around before I carry a lunchbox. What is this? But I highly recommend a lunch container, because it helps you portion out your foods. It helps you create variety in your meals, making sure you have every single food group or whatever, and making sure you have food to get, next we're gonna go in more into the hygiene part of the go bag. Again, I could go more in depth. Like, I think I want to do a pat. We're gonna go into the hygiene part of the go bag. So one thing I recommend you getting is like a toothpick. There's a lot of times where stuff gets stuck in your teeth and like your finger can't find it, your tongue can find it. It's a hot mess. Get a toothpick to help get it out. And my friend, she recommended get a metal toothpick because it's reusable, and you don't need to continuously buy something, Next thing I recommend is a portable toothbrush, because you never know. Not everybody's breath is going to smell like sunshines and rainbows all the time. Sometimes you eat like onion or something. You just need to brush your teeth. You got to do what you got to do. Bring a portable toothbrush. And they also come with like disposable portable toothbrushes that don't even require water. Get those. Get the little Listerine thingies. Like, do anything. Please. When you talk to other people, we can smell it. And then the last thing I'm going to recommend is baby wipes. Not only baby wipes if you need to wipe off a part of your body, or just like go into the bathroom. Sometimes my camera stopped. Anyways, I recommend you get baby wipes because sometimes when you go to the bathroom, like the tissue at school, the school tissue is not going to cut it. I feel like the school tissue disintegrates. You just need something to wipe you up, and baby wipes don't cause friction. So I highly recommend that, and it's easier to make sure you're all clean where it's important at, The next thing I recommend you get is a charger. Sometimes you fall asleep and you think your phone's charged and it's not charged. Sometimes your phone just dies really fast and you have to make a call after school. You're always going to need your phone, in my opinion. Like, in case there's an emergency and you want to make sure it's charged. So just pack a charger, because you never know what's going to happen, and you don't want it to happen while your phone's dead, because nothing's guaranteed, so you never know. Just a safety precaution, and making sure you could get in contact with your parents if you need to make sure you be getting picked up. Always bring a charger. Okay, now we're in the section of me telling you some advice that I feel like it's important for other people to know for school. So one of the things that I feel is important is time flies. Please, time goes really fast at school. I want you to focus on your due dates. Make sure you are doing your tasks. Don't be like, yeah, I got time. Because you know who does that? Me. I did that with my summer school. And guess what? Everything's due on Tuesday. It's over on Tuesday. And I still got to do I got to do a little bit of redemption, which is making me a little sad. But it's okay. So don't underestimate. Time flies. Always try to do stuff in a timely manner. The next thing I want to talk to you about is make your high school memorable. Go to the football game. Go to the dances. Participate in the little events. Because you don't want to look back and be like, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. Why don't you just do it so you can't be like, oh, I wish I did. You be like, I did that. You want to look back on high school in a positive light. You don't want to make it seem like it was like it was boring. You want to be there for the events. It's lit. You could socialize, make friends, make it memorable. Make it your high school, because you only go there once. Unless, I'm not judging you if you don't go there once, but you typically only go there once. And then this one, I knew this concept, this mindset, but it's hard for me to apply it to myself. But for you, I hope you guys are able to resonate with this and take it to heart. It's just high school. Please do not sweat it. And I mean this in terms of relationships, or even grades. Relationship wise, not every relationship is gonna last, whether it's platonic or romantic. It's just high school. You guys we're still growing, and usually we peak after high school. High school's the trial phase into college adulthood. That's why I think of high school. And you're gonna make mistakes. Not everybody's gonna be perfect. It's okay. Don't sweat it. Don't stress yourself out over it. And then grades, girl, that C, Unless you're like having like that 1 point, you saw that 1.9, 1.3 GPA and she could spent like 15K on her prom, whatever. But like sometimes getting a C, it's okay. I used to beat myself up about getting like a D or a C because like that was never me. I was like in elementary, even to middle school until COVID happened. I was like, my grades were like outstanding, but then after COVID, I kind of fell off in a way. And I used to just hate myself for it. Like, I used to hate myself for it. But it's just high school. You're trying your best. And as long as you're applying yourself to the lessons and trying your best, I feel like you shouldn't beat yourself up about it. Because we're all human. But anyways, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys take this advice and tips to your heart. Because it's important. I feel like it's important. Especially because I feel like I'm passing down a torch, because like nobody, like I feel like nobody really told me this, but now I'm here and I feel like I'm passing down my wisdom to other people, which I hope it helps. And yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my previous video if you haven't saw it yet. And I hope you stick around. Comment if you want to see anything else, any video ideas, whatever you want to see, and that, yo. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!